Gents, baby.
Yo, you know what's even crazy right now? Because usually with the last pod, right, I would always have to be like, oh, yeah, welcome to Lab. I'm here with some really cool gents. But the lab is, the podcast is called The Really Cool Gents. So you see my dilemma now? So what do? Welcome to The Really Cool Gents podcast. My name is Marvel Bishop, your host. As always, I am with some distinguished individuals. Trey's here, Dimitri's here, Jordan's here, Andy's here. Everybody, how is everybody feeling? How's your mental health? What's going on? Welcome to the first episode. My guys.
Yo, it's good to be back.
Yeah, took a long time.
It's vibes, yo.
Are you sure it's vibes? Oh, it's vibes.
Oh, it's vibes.
Sure?
It's
vibes
for
now.
sure. It's vibes right
It's
now.
vibes right now, but like the period from what we wanted to start till now, was it vibes?
It was not vibes. It was.
The photo shoot was vibes.
The photo shoot was vibes.
The photo shoot was vibes.
Vibes.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
had vibes
Anyways,
interrupted.
How's everybody feeling, man? How's your mental health? How's everything? What's going on? Is
Everything
everybody
is
tired. I'm tired as fuck.
Hey man, everything is as it should be. It's beautiful. How you
All
feeling,
right.
Trey?
Dimitri's still in the state of zen. That's good.
Yes. Welcome to meet you to the pod.
Hey. how you
Welcome,
doing?
brother.
If you want to introduce
here.
yourself real quick, you know what I'm saying, to the
You
audience.
know, my name is Dimitri, aka Dem Rocks. You know, we keep it real G, keep it real cool. Cool gents vibes. How y'all doing?
I am fantastic, actually. Took friggin' almost an hour and a half to get this shit started. But it's been a while. It's been like a good 4 or 5 months. No, more than that, actually, right?
A
When
little
was the last time
rusty, huh?
we've potted?
A
year?
Man.
A year, right?
It had to be like 8 months.
Yeah.
At least.
It's crazy. It's crazy. All right.
But we back.
So we back. We here.
Let's get it.
Jordan, you good? Anthony, you good? All right, cool. So let's get started, man. Let's get started with the topics, man. Where should we start? We already checked out everybody's health, everybody's mental health. You know what? From a score of 1 to 10, how's everybody feeling? You can't use 7.
Damn.
Nope.
I was definitely
everybody tries to use 7.
So we gonna go with 17, baby.
17?
I'm feeling great.
What?
Okay.
You
7.
did.
Oh,
I had to
like
put a
that.
7 on it.
Okay,
baby.
Trigger
You
Trey.
know what I'm saying?
I'm at
How we
like a solid 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and I could own that because growth is uncomfortable. And that's what we're in the midst of right now. And I can acknowledge that. That's why it's feeling like a 9.
Even though I said I'm fantastic, I'm like a 6.
Okay. I guess I'm the only one capping.
Don't
here.
do that. Don't do that, Trey. Trey, don't do that. Don't do that. If you want to, we can't get into it. We have a lot to get into today. Okay, we can't get into me. Pause. All right.
Pause.
Yeah.
You,
So
I mean, you.
No.
All right,
That's
that's it. All right.
in
So
the
look.
past.
So, what is new with my gents, with my gentlemen? What's been going on?
I mean, besides this podcast, man.
Besides this podcast, after what? Can we say after COVID? We're still in the pandemic.
I mean, we still in the vibes. It's a lot
well,
of states
pandemic is
now.
not a vibe, first of all.
everything has a vibe. Yeah,
Like,
we're still in the COVID.
No, not
vibe.
even
it's
closer.
not a vibe. It's not a
yeah,
vibe.
no. It's
That
not
shit was
enough.
crazy.
It's not. But I'm just saying, like, what? Because Miami's back open.
True.
We're pretty much 100%. All the other spots are open as well too. So talk to me.
I feel like Miami was always open.
Facts.
They just wanted to look like they wasn't open, but everybody knew Miami was open. And we all out here pretending to each other like it's really shut down.
So how do you feel about that? Did you care?
No, I didn't care.
No?
I didn't care. I'm glad people are back to work. Things are back to like semi-normal. But
Me
everything is everything.
personally, I just like how Miami moves. You know what I'm saying? From the government to the mayors to the city ordinances. Like, I feel like it's a collective understanding that we must keep this hospitality industry moving to keep Miami where it has to be. And I feel like everybody's on the same page, and I love that. I love this city. I love that. We do what we got to do, but we make it happen. And I'm loving how the city's handling this situation.
But a lot of people actually do feel that doing what we have to do, but at the expense of other people's lives. So what? So when you hear that, what do you say?
I say
what
it's-
say ye?
I say it's all relative, baby, because
okay.
Unbeknownst to most people, the mortality rate is quite low. So what's the issue? I mean, protect yourself, obviously follow the rules, But let's be real, let's
You know what's funny? I actually had that same sentiment. It's like, like the mortality rate of what COVID is, you can't say COVID when it comes to YouTube. So the C word,
that part,
is 99%, right? Like you have if you get COVID, you have a 99% chance of actually living, right?
that part.
That's what it is. So one of my friends actually explained to me, he's like, hey, if you had a chance to have your family, right, and 99% of your family lives, but only 1% dies, how would you feel when you put it into that perspective?
Let's get
if
that.
1% of your family dies.
I mean, no one should die, but death is a part of life. So
But
let me
everyone
get
does
that
die.
90. Exactly. So I mean, hey, 99. I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, nobody
Listen,
should die.
I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into this thing about making this a COVID podcast.
Yeah.
But
It's relevant.
my thing is that we should definitely have a time where we should actually really focus on what is actually the root of the problems and what's the foundation. Because they talk about how India is really bad right now, suffering from COVID, right? But it's not really too much about COVID, but it's their sanitation and their I don't want to say livelihood, but their circumstances that kind of heightened their situation when it comes to COVID.
And the story in India is not about COVID. It's about the circumstances. Like at this point, it's all the way about the politics.
Yeah.
And COVID was just the opener for that conversation.
That part.
So that's how you know how political COVID is.
Yeah.
It's a definitely political move, kid. You know, the fiat currency dying.
Well, we're not going to get into politics today, guys.
Boom.
So you know what I'm saying?
We touched on it, though.
No, absolutely. So let's see here. Before we actually do move on, okay, rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Does everybody know who Paul Mooney is?
I know who Paul Mooney is.
Absolutely.
No, because we did this the last time, and I
Legend.
said rest in peace a long time ago, and I looked stupid. Stuck
Legend.
on stupid.
Legend.
Listen, I had no idea who he
Legendary
was.
Paul Mooney passed away, I believe, the age of 87.
Mooney. One time
Big
for my
guy.
Mooney boy.
Big guy.
Lost a legend.
Yes. Any remembrances of Paul Mooney?
I mean, hey, the woke community.
That was a long time ago for us, but
Yeah.
how do you what do you think?
I mean, the woke community definitely misses the champion. He was definitely a champion for people of deeper understandings, bringing the black culture, or the culture, should I say, together. There's a lot of people who don't resonate with being called black. We'll talk about that another time. But the point is that anyone who has melanin and can attest to understanding the struggle of a person of the melanated hue in America definitely knows who Paul Mooney is, definitely knows how important he is to the culture. And I just want to say, sleep in peace, King.
Yeah, man. One of the things that I've been really struggling with is the art of death.
The art.
Yeah, I mean, well, death is kind of an art if you think of it.
It could be,
Tell me
It
about
could be.
perspective-wise.
I mean, death is ugly, but it's also beautiful and very revealing at the same time. It can, some people think that it's because of the art, because of death is very, very unknown, so people don't really know about it, and that's what the people being really, really afraid. But I've definitely really experienced a lot of death within the last year and a half. Rest in peace, Shadow Groove. Rest in peace, Shamir.
Shout out Shamir.
My mentor. That was fucking rough.
That was crazy.
Huh?
That was crazy.
I mean, yeah, I really don't want to get into that, but just want to kind of highlight that. But just in what I'm pretty much talking about, it's making me for instance, the pandemic and all my people that's pretty much passed is it's made me a little bit more sensitive. Not even a little bit. I'm sorry, a lot more sensitive to death. To make me realize that death is a part of life. It's not something that is just there. It's something that is there, but it will continue to be there. And will be there when it is your time.
Yeah, you actually have to deal with this shit. It's going to happen. You're gonna experience it.
Trey, after death, talk to him.
Yeah.
See, okay, so
this is something that we were supposed to talk about on our 101 podcast, but we never really got to. So since we're here,
I got a slightly different perspective on death.
go ahead.
And
Mr. After Death.
I had Like I lived through a death, if that makes any sense. So I had the experience of dying, and it was an intellectual process, and I had to accept a lot of things. I was in a crazy car accident, and it was a few years back, and that's how I became Trey after death. But I feel like the closer you get to death, the less you're afraid of it, actually.
So wait a minute. Were you close to death, or did you experience death? Did you scientifically die?
I did not scientifically die.
Man, this is. I mean, I thought you scientifically died.
I spiritually died. So
Okay.
So death is not necessarily like going to another place. It's death is just like departing from this place. And where I was at in that accident, so like we got T-boned. I'm wrapped in this car, and it's smoking, right? And it was 5 of us in the car, and I was the only one who was trapped. And I'm wrapped in metal. I'm paralyzed from the neck down, and I look to my left, and there's smoke rising. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
That's wild.
Like I'm really about to go right now. And the minute I realized that, the minute I accepted that, I completely disconnected from this world. It was like I was watching this world on a movie instead of like being a part of it. Like you ever, like imagine being a little kid and you see all your classmates getting on the bus to go to the zoo, but you the one kid whose mom never signed a permission slip.
Okay. All right.
And you see them about to go live this experience, and you're just hurt because they're about to live it without you, and you know that you're not on that bus, and it's just you don't consider yourself as being a part of that community anymore, the community of the living. And when I realized that, like I relinquished that, and it took me into a place that was just like separate from here.
So when you first had that experience, and when you were, I guess, getting into the process of actually accepting death, what did you feel? Did you feel peace? Did you feel hostility? What was it?
I felt sad.
What's sad? Why?
Because of that feeling that I was talking about, like realizing that everyone else was going to continue their lives and mine wasn't going to continue alongside theirs.
That fear of loss.
Like this whole thing that we call life, this collective experience, like you think about life as something that you're sharing with the people around you as they're living their lives. And you never really contend with the fact that you've never imagined what life is like without other people to experience it with. So that connection is a really big part of how we experience our lives. And when that connection was severed for me, that's when the sadness set in, because like I didn't realize that I needed to be a part of that.
Okay.
Like emotionally.
Okay.
So I was sad about that, but other than that, it's not how they say it is in the movies. Like I got to a point where it felt like I fell to the bottom of a well, and then the bottom caved out, and now I'm somewhere else. I'm like underneath the well, and instead of feeling pain, I'm feeling nothing. And instead of feeling fear, I'm feeling nothing. Sadness, nothing. It's just.
So you died.
Yeah, emotionally,
died within your own right.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just changed my perspective on death.
So to kind of wrap up, so we can pretty much move forward. Dimitri, what do you feel like? Where do you think that we go when we die?
You know, one thing I know nothing, but I know that energy is transferable, and we are energy beings. So I'm quite sure we go somewhere. It could be a different dimension, but it's not here. And it's all about the process. Life is a journey. Being here is a part of that process. And you can't get too attached to the existence of now, because this is a journey. It's a process. Thank you for being here, but it's your time. It's your time, baby. Bye. But I don't want to sound like I'm not attached to my feelings, because I definitely am. But I do want to say that we must understand this is a full cycle, and the journey continues. And Trey, you here for a reason. You made it through. And the reason is we got to continue what we're here to do. Let's do it, whatever that means.
Yeah, a lot of people that actually do experience that do not actually have the fortune of actually telling your experience. And that's why I'm actually really happy that you actually are here to actually tell your experience.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
It was
salute to that.
It was so lit.
Say what?
It was so lit, but we'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so listen, change a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really expecting to go through that route, but it's fine. It's all good. Okay, so one of the things that you, Dimitri, me, we actually have a thing in common is nightlife, is the hospitality end. So with that being said, we back, baby.
Facts. Miami. Let's get this bread.
We are back. Finally.
Full swing.
If we want to kind of like, get like a little bit of description about like, what you guys do, let's get into that real quick and then we can move forward.
Word.
All right, so I manage a private security company, and we're always out. Whether we are like escorting clients or providing staffing for a venue and nightlife, restaurants, lounges, nightclubs, whatever. And that's just a big part of our world. And now I'm back. I'm back out, going back to the same venues that survived COVID, and like we a bunch of Miami nightlife people just looking around at each other like, yeah, we did that, didn't we?
Because there's a lot of people that are not here right now. That
Facts.
were here, but they're not here right now. That's one thing we need to acknowledge. So we really are very, very fortunate that we actually had the opportunity to actually come back here and to do what we do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people ain't make
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, last year looking for me, I almost moved back to fucking New York, but that's neither here nor there. But Dimitri, your profession in your lane when it comes to the nightlife.
Me personally, I'm a vibe connoisseur. I'm multifaceted, baby. Like, I done been through like 7 seasons of this situation, like 7 years, more than that actually, like 10 plus years of Miami marketing. Started handing out flyers in front of the club with me and my partner. We started a marketing company called Hype Cartel, was throwing parties, fully into it, fully vested. I done seen people come and go. We had the 400 clubs of the day, the varsity, who is now Rise to the Top. We've had the Sobratic group, the Elite Society group. We've had many different people come and go, and I've been a part of a lot of different organizations. And my pride comes from just still being here in whatever capacity that may mean. And I'm here. I don't know what do. I make the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I just like to see people have a great time, and I like to bring people to that vibe, and whatever that means.
You're one of the only people that I've noticed that has actually have been on both sides of the spectrum in nightlife.
Definitely.
Like security and promotion.
Facts.
Yeah,
and
it's hard
customer.
to cross over.
No, it's very
And
hard to cross
customer.
over. Like a lot of people like in management and like the higher ups, they actually don't allow you to do that.
Yeah.
Because when I was security, I was thinking about after I was done, like, maybe I should do promotion for a little bit, but I wasn't allowed to. Which I'm really happy because that's when
I want to talk about that wasn't allowed to part.
No, yeah. Me personally, I wasn't allowed to.
But that allowed to part is, I feel like a lot of people try to keep people in your lane. Like, what is that? What lane? I am I would be whoever I want to be. And that was the issue. Like, I started as a customer, honestly. And my uncle used to, do some things in the past. And we came out here with him to Miami. I'm from Brooklyn. And we came to Miami, turned up on the uncle's ticket. And then I'm realizing, hey, like, people get paid to, like, bring people here. And, like, all my friends was coming here. And I became like, yo, yeah, I lived in Miami. Y'all coming from New York, Cali, whatever. Come to Miami. Let's turn up. And that's when I got into promotion side of things. And then life humbled me. And that's when I got into the security, customer service, back-end side of things.
Yeah, you had like a different type of experience. Like, most people never even get there because it just takes a different mind. Like, you really got to be in a different headspace to do security versus doing promotions or sales and stuff.
Yeah,
so
with the notion of everybody that can do security, not everybody can do security.
Facts. It's not a regular thing. It's not.
It is not a regular thing.
No, it's not a regular
Shocking.
thing. Even though it may seem like a regular thing, but it really isn't. But I want to get back into the staying within your lane. In some certain sense, I'm definitely like a chameleon when it comes to it, but I do respect higher ups. I do respect people who are before me to kind of guide me and kind of navigate me on making sure that I stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts about that? Because that kind of like, goes back and forth and maybe refutes what you just said, which is, nah, like, fuck that. Like,
Word.
I do what the fuck I want.
Word.
Which I hear you, but
You got to know yourself,
that
though.
too,
Like,
but then you also need to really understand the type of blessings that you have.
You got to pay homage, but you got to respect the work that was put in still. Because I've been here in many capacities and you see me. And I want to talk about that because people see me and they know they see me. And I'm here. And the point is, I'm still going to be here because at the end of the day, I have goals and I'm sure you do, whoever you may be. And the point is that nobody's going to stop my goals, regardless of whatever club they may own or whatever capacity they may hold. And I am saying that to say that because I know you're going to see this, and I just want you to hear that because it's all love. And the point is, let's grow. I feel like a point in Miami that we need to get is on that love note. We can all help each other achieve each other's dreams. But the Miami mentality is just, it's weird. It's different. It's like a backbiter crab.
It's weird, but it's necessary.
It is. It is to some extent, but because you got to know and appreciate the people who put in their time.
That too, but it's necessary because it's a necessary like gauntlet to make sure who is the cream. Who is the cream? Because the cream rises to the top.
That's a
like
fact.
bro,
Cream
Miami has to be
creme.
has to be cutthroat.
Okay. Low key it does.
Low key it does.
At them ropes, I need that
when I was growing up,
energy.
when I was here, when I was actually going through my process, I'm like, God damn, like Miami fucking sucks.
Right?
but you know what? Candles only shine in the dark. So
Ooh, wait a minute.
I'm just saying, like, that's
I haven't heard that
exactly
one.
why.
Sorry, my bad. Yo, let me not get crazy. I haven't hit that in a long time. You know what I mean? But yes, that's the thing. We have to really, really just focus on what is the task at first, no matter who says what, no matter who is above you, whoever's pretty much below you. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I feel like, we really are, as cool gents, we are a little bit different in this nightlife, in this hospitality. And that's actually something like as we grow, as we grow and as we do move on, like I definitely want to actually get into like the real nitty gritty of like the stories of what, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
We got to write this stuff down.
Write some stuff down, you know what I'm saying? Definitely
Y'all
get it going.
To know me. I'm gonna get to know you too.
You know what I'm saying? The audience is definitely here. It's definitely here. All right. Let's see here. So we got that. Okay. Speaking of stories. Where do you think I'm going with this?
I thought you.
What?
I thought you was about to say something about story.
Oh no. Story. No. Shout out to Story. Shout out to everybody else there. Honestly.
Shout out to Group Hospitality.
Speaking of Story,
one time.
Right.
I was about to be like, yo, what a segue.
So one of the biggest stories that we have right now is the Joe Budden, the Joe Budden Podcast, the Joe Budden Network. Your big ass side. What was that about? What was that?
No, I'm gonna let you finish. I don't have nothing to say.
Okay,
yet.
you sure?
I'm
a
listening.
big ass sigh is usually comes.
Can I breathe?
Comes before.
Can I breathe, bro?
You can breathe, but that sigh sounds like I need to shut up. You want to go ahead? like for real. Anyways, so I'm a fan of Joe. I'm a fan of Joe Budden. I'm a fan of the network. To be honest with you,
Respectfully.
Joe, listen. Well, yeah, respectfully, that's fine. Joe Budden is definitely a big inspiration to what we got going on.
Definitely.
What I got going on. You know what I'm saying? With the, the other podcast. Shout out to the Queens Gold Podcast.
That part.
Shout out to the Queens Gold.
That part. That part.
Yeah, like he is definitely pretty much a big inspiration. But there have been time and time again a lot of allegations that he's pretty much gone through. But the news allegations he's gone through right now is sexual harassment in the workplace, in the network. And that's the reason why I believe Miss Olivia Pope, I think that's her name.
What?
She's the one that from the See the Thing Is podcast has gracefully bowed out from the podcast because of this.
She bounced, bro. You took it too far.
So she was on there?
She was on the female podcast.
Oh,
right?
there was
the
a
See the
female,
Thing
okay.
Is there was another podcast pretty much
I've
with
been
her,
at the
I
loop for a
believe
while.
Sandra and Bridget Kelly. And there was an episode where Joe Budden came on and he was a guest on that show. And there was a lot of, I guess, dialogue, a lot of sentences, a lot of things going back and forth that Olivia did not really feel too comfortable with. But she did not share that until 3 to 4 months after.
3 to
she
4
left.
months, people. Let's put a dot on that part.
3 to 4 months after. How do you,
I mean, honestly, guys, you know, this whole sexual harassment energy, that's Me Too movement energy, it's a very gray area. You know, I definitely want to talk about it because, you know, there's situations and every situation is unique. You know what I'm saying? Why you waited 3-4 months, fam? If you felt the way, obviously, you know, I don't know everything. I don't know nothing, but I'm just saying, like, why you waiting 3-4 months?
Well, to be fair, a lot of people, not just women, but also men, they wait that long to be able to actually get the courage and to get the gall to pretty much speak their truth.
Respectfully.
Now, at times, I actually do feel like that as well, too. But here's the thing. For me, the way I think, I'm like, dog, why the fuck did you wait? Yo, as soon as you freaking disrespect me, I'm telling you right then and there. However, we are not women.
Facts.
But I think we're misinterpreting what she's doing. I don't think she was trying to be a hero. I don't think she was doing it for him, per se. Like, she's in a different situation. Like, she, first of all, that's her livelihood that she just walked away from. And then when you're in the industry, you don't want to do anything that's gonna get you blackballed, especially when you up and coming.
But then again,
so I think she was just thinking about her career, and she was thinking about
she was thinking about her career. Shoot, because nowadays that's a whole ploy that could give you a book writing off, a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a lot of perks for being a victim of a situation nowadays. So who knows? I'm not trying to say that her situation wasn't serious, and I'm not trying to take away anything.
Because okay, go ahead.
Nah, you good? Go ahead. Yeah, try.
No, I'm just saying I don't think she was doing it for attention. I think she just honestly had
she
needed time to process.
You think I'm saying that?
No. I'm just saying she needed time to process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what
I'm not.
Yeah.
What is the details? Because honestly, I heard about it.
Okay,
briefly,
so to be, I don't know verbatim, but apparently. Oh, by the way, Joe Budden has apologized profusely on his podcast about this.
Important.
I want to make that clear.
Okay.
What does that mean, though?
What does that mean?
That he doesn't want to lose his bag. Period.
I mean,
he's sorry,
or maybe he's really sorry.
That part. That part.
Either or, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact you have to make a public and a private apology for the sake of, I guess, the audience, but also for the sake of her as well, too.
Of the bag as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But what do you mean when you say, what does that mean? Like, what are you getting at?
So if, like, he's had a track record of this.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So this
On
is like
other
this
occasions.
is like,
I know womanizer, but
so this is like a reoccurring theme in his life. So he's not this didn't catch him off guard. He's no stranger to it. The difference now is that the person who was impacted, she had a compelling story and she put that out there, and now Joe's feeling the pressure. And it was only under the pressure that he could really start to empathize and understand how people may feel because of the stuff that he was saying. And I don't think this necessarily means he's actually sorry, because like, what did you really realize today that you didn't realize 10 years ago? You know?
So you think it was just more of him having to apologize, other than him actually being sincerely apologetic?
I think he's truly in an uncomfortable situation, and he regrets having to be in that situation.
Have you seen the apology?
No. I haven't seen the apology.
I've seen the apology because I watched the show and everything.
And what do you see? What do you think about
I
that?
personally think he was actually very sincere. I think he was very sincere on that. He was definitely apologetic. He understood what he did. He understood the magnitude of what he did.
What did he do though?
Well,
In a nutshell.
I was trying to get into that.
Oh my bad.
You high ass niggas. So he made jokes about wanting to have, like, I guess, sex with her, like, I guess, passes, flirted with her, you know, those
Yes, I mean you gotta
She
paint the
couldn't have
picture
said
though.
like, "Yo, Joe, this not the vibes."
So
Just
she
chill.
was recording the podcast.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. There was an episode that was happening when it was happening.
Okay, so it was in the moment.
So it's during pretty much the moment. Yeah.
During production, so it's like 8 or 9 people in the room, and the guy who's the most influential voice in the room is making all these
passes and shit.
Yeah, making passes. Like, yo, you know,
He
I
felt
wanted
like
this
big
match.
dick
You
energy
been know
in
I
the
wanted
room,
this match.
so he was trying like, "Yo, what's good?"
He felt so safe in his space.
He really did.
So like nobody challenged that in the moment, and she's responsible for producing this podcast.
She the boss.
She's not trying to upset the boss man, and she's feeling weird about the whole situation, and she just recapped the whole story about like how many times she kind of tried to push back, and then the situation just persisted.
All right, so he basically got pre-warning, probe this moment. He was told
Pre-warning.
fall back, Joe.
What do you mean? Oh, well, yeah.
He got the fall back, Joe,
Yeah.
a long time ago. So this shouldn't have never happened. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Basically.
Word.
And then also, here's another caveat I want to say, is that for her to take 3 months, that's only one thing. But I, like, if, how can I say this?
Fall
Give me a
back,
second.
Joe. Fall back.
Without the homonyms and all that. But,
Fall back. I gotta fall.
I just hope that the other ladies of that podcast, if they would have known how she felt that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's another casket right there, pretty much ready to be opened. Because if you know exactly, because if I was Olivia, right, and you guys were Sandra and Bridget, and I tell you immediately, I'm like, I tell you how I feel, right? You would actually you would go to Joe, right? I would have believed so, right? But would you or wouldn't you?
Go to Joe and
Go
tell
to
him,
Joe,
hey.
or at least go to somebody, whatever, as far as management or whatever, to like really express like what's happening.
I mean, honestly, bro,
I'm
I
just
feel
trying to
like
hold the other 2 women accountable.
facts. Like I
That's
feel
what I'm
like
doing.
ladies nowadays, y'all gotta speak up. Stop waiting. I'm not saying that she needed time to process. That's very important. Time to process. You gotta understand your feelings. It's the right move, business wise, your future wise. But y'all gotta speak up. Speak up to your friends, your family. Let somebody know that y'all going through these things, and stop waiting. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, talk about it with somebody. Cause,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it might have been happening to you so subtly for such a long time that you didn't even realize it was weird, and you have to talk to somebody who's not going through that situation to understand.
Here's another thing
How
too.
rare
Wait,
it
here's another thing
It's
too.
above me right
There's a lot of times where women, and not just women, but
I
also
can't even
men,
talk about
they've
this.
actually
I'm not a woman.
what happened?
Now I'm just saying, like, I just feel like I appreciate this, but it's just like, damn, women go through so much, and it's just like we can't even begin to understand they struggle, and it's just like I'm trying to have opinion on it, and I'm thinking like, damn, like I could never really know how women.
Well, that's why I said it pretty much in the beginning. I mean,
Word.
but also too, men also go through that too. What I'm pretty much saying is that
True.
everybody's process when it comes to that, their healing process or they're beginning their healing process is very, very different.
That's a
so. Maybe it took, I mean, even this whole like Bill Cosby shit or whatever, that's a whole nother story.
Mm-hmm.
But those women, it took 35 years, 30 plus years.
Word.
Now that's another thing. I don't really. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I feel like it's people jumping
shout
on
out
the
to
bandwagon.
Will and my man Cosby.
Not shout out the. No, we're not shouting
Hey,
out Bill.
I'm shouting out
You
Bill.
can shout. We're
Personally, you
we
see
are
me?
not shouting out Bill.
Dimitri, respectfully.
What was I going to say?
I mean, I take what she's saying at face value.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
I just accept it. And mind you,
He
I'm not
apologized,
saying
so he know he did something wrong.
he apologized.
Maybe he knows he did something wrong.
He might
Maybe
not.
he
He might
didn't
not
do
agree that it's wrong. But he
Regardless of the fact
apologized. He had to apologize.
Yeah, he had to apologize, basically. So look, now we pretty much had that whole entire diatribe. It brings on to this subject that is kind of tough, honestly, because as men, this is just a fucking tough topic to have.
Very.
At times, when we have these situations, not all situations are like this. Not all situations are true. There are false accusations. There are false arrests that happen to men. It does happen.
Absolutely.
And it does happen a lot more than we think.
Absolutely.
We do have other situations that are echo chambered in media. Not taking anything away from them, not doing that, not absolving their truth or anything like that. But there are situations that false arrests and false accusations do happen. With that being said, should men hire women in the workforce? Because listen, Mike Pence, all these other executives, other clients that I know for a fact that they actually have situations where they don't even let, like, if they are talking to a woman in a conference or in a room, they have another person in that room to make sure either
Everything
nothing
is
goes right or
focused.
nothing goes wrong. Like,
I
to
call
make
bullshit.
Bullshit. You
I
call
call
bullshit?
bullshit too.
Why
I
is
call
it bullshit?
on that.
Where's your self-control?
Because it was only one person who's really out here trying to live that life, and that's the VP, the old VP,
Vice president. Yeah.
And
Because he knew that his, okay.
but
we're not gonna get into that
I
part.
just specifically remember his position was like the most extreme position that they had within his political camp.
I'm not even talking about him I'm not talking about him personally. I'm talking about in general.
Women should definitely be hired. I would hire women. You know, it's about self-control.
I'm not saying don't hire women. Obviously, we
No,
definitely
of course.
definitely.
But I would, as a man.
But here's
What's up, Mark?
there's a fine line within this, and I'm not trying to absolve any type of actions that the man puts upon the
We're trying
the
to be
woman.
politically correct here, guys.
It's not about just being politically correct. I'm just trying to find a solution for the other people. Like, for instance, it's like, because what I'm trying to say is this: what is the solution to making sure that the people who are really sexually harassed, the people who are really raped, they actually do have their story told, versus not being taken seriously when we have things like that, because we have other situations that are falsified, and then that overshadows what's really happening.
Facts.
So what do we do for that?
I mean, is there a solution though?
Right?
I
Because you
believe so.
can't micromanage everything. You could set a standard.
But us as men, though, we probably have to micromanage this to protect us.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, a lot of men are out here doing these things that women are saying that we are doing. Unfortunately, because it's
Which
just
all
the
are
culture.
not true. Which all are not true.
Not all are not true, but
So what's
at
the
the end of the
percentage?
day,
What's the percentage?
I would say it's like a 70%.
That's fucking
facts.
crazy. That's fucking crazy.
'Cause
70%?
I know that dudes be going off, kid.
Okay, here's the thing.
Dudes
You
is
know
horrible.
dudes that be going off, right?
do.
That are not. Hold on.
But that's why I put 70. A good 30, 40 is chilling.
So 70% of people that you know that are men are actually out here wilding.
Hell nah. The point I'm trying to say is I'm talking about 70% of those situations is factual, where the women are actually being victimized.
Okay.
And
That's
I feel
a fair
like
number.
it's a fair number, because I feel like
So you're saying, wait, hold the fuck up. You're saying that 70% of situations, right? So out of 10 people, or 10 men, right?
yes.
7 out of 10 men are
doing-
sexually harassing women?
In those situations that they're being claimed
No,
upon.
that's not what you said, right?
That's not what I hope that's not what you said.
No, you're saying like 7 out of 10 of the stories that the women are telling are true. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying 70% of men in a row do that. When you say in those situations that are reported, 70% of it is true.
Facts. That's what I'm trying to say.
We're gonna have to look up the stats, but I don't believe that.
We're gonna have to look up the stats.
I don't believe that. That is fucking crazy.
The point is that
Why is it crazy?
it's not.
Bro,
Dudes is hornballs, and women is being penalized on a daily basis. I see it in the industry. I see it in life. I see
okay,
it
in the
all
industry,
capacities.
number one, stop. Number one in the industry,
in many capacities.
that's like a
It's a
confined.
given. Oh,
like,
it's part of the job to get groped on while
no,
you're
it's
being
not
about
part
a
of the
service?
job. I'm not saying that,
Oh,
but
no, I'm just
like
saying.
that's a very, very hold on. That's a very, very delicate and like focused, like aggressive situation. Like that's not of the norm of like of corporate and like regular America. Our hospitality is not regular America. Let's just put that shit out there
but
right now.
I've been in the
not at
regular
all.
America too. And I seen some underlying conversations that is just wild. Like, why does she even have to go through that? But she got kids. She got to take care of her responsibilities. So she smiled and she kept it moving. But it should have never even been said, but nobody said nothing about it. And that happens on a daily basis in the microcosms of this world.
Trey, go ahead.
No, you pretty much summed it up, bro. This stuff is happening all the time. we gotta pay attention. We gotta take this stuff seriously. But yeah, entertainment and hospitality, especially nightlife, that's a completely different bubble.
Facts.
It's not like there's no corporate culture there. Like you actually have to cross lines. That's part of your culture there because that's part of the product that you offer.
That's what you're selling.
Selling
Yeah,
sex.
so
Sure.
those lines
Money.
don't even exist. The norms are different.
For
And
real.
when the norms are different, you can smuggle in different situations that wouldn't be occurring on a regular basis had it been some other industry. So entertainment it's rough. Like I can imagine what she was going through and like how much pressure she felt like she was under. You know.
I like that segue. The entertainment industry is rough because, it's expected. Or is it? What's expected? Who knows?
Okay, so here's my question. So, can we even protect men from false accusations in a real effective way?
Definitely.
How?
Because, you just set standards. And it should be, what is it? There's no double standard. So the double standard should apply in that aspect too. Men should have protective rights and it should be investigated to full extent both ways.
I feel like women who make false accusations, like knowingly make a false accusation, and I think they should be liable for damages that's going to come from that because you're changing somebody's life. Like just the accusation that he crossed the line. Like I watched a situation play out yesterday at a nightclub, and it was just one accusation that that this dude touched this girl, and that was all it took. They just assumed he was guilty, and they kicked him out, and that was just what it was.
And I done seen girls get like a little shoulder brush and they're like, oh my God, he did this. Like I saw him. He did not do nothing. I was watching the whole time. What are you talking about?
Well, it's girls that you'll study with out here that will flat out say you raped them.
I'm not going to front. I got a personal situation. I was in middle school. This girl told the principal that I touched her butt. I never touched it I ain't never touched her, fam. I did not have sexual relations type energy. I'm not Bill, but I'm just saying that it happened to me before. False claims, kid, false flags, fake news. And I almost got like expelled from school. No college, like I could, what is college? Like I almost had no future just because of somebody else's like bullshit. Like she lied. And that happened to me.
Yeah.
And I felt like my whole life was about to be ruined because somebody wanted to lie on me.
Yeah, and if you don't understand how serious this stuff is, how real it is, how deeply it affects people's lives, case in point. Like, how long ago did that happen?
I was in like what? I was in like 6th grade, kid. Like,
and I could still feel the energy when you talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I do. Cause it's just like big false. It was a straight up lie.
And it's traumatizing.
Never touched her, even braced. Like I never even walked by you. What are you talking about?
Straight up traumatized.
What year was that?
I was like that was like 07. No. That was like 97 because I was like in the middle school. Like we talking about 8th grade, 7th grade type shit. Like young boy shit.
Yeah. That shit's crazy.
From that whole experience.
Don't try me, ho.
Specifically, that girl, don't try me, ho.
Specifically her. No woman is a hoe besides her.
I got you.
And I'm a stand on.
Well,
this
here's the crazy part. The crazy
I've
part
been
is
drinking a little bit.
Yeah,
so
I see that. Yeah,
respectfully,
we're gonna limit
just remember that. We might have to
Dimitri's.
cut this off.
We're gonna limit Dimitri's alcohol consumption. Yeah, don't worry. Hey, first time pod. We're learning.
Pod.
We're learning each other. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But real quick before we move on, I actually want to talk about
I'm a
a
gentleman.
quick double
Still.
standard.
I just don't like
With
fuck shit.
wait, hold on,
Period.
Dimitri. So it's crazy how like double standards are like really, really like apparent when it comes to sexual harassment, because just like how you've almost had your life change and be destroyed, I've had plenty of situations, especially one situation that had happened a couple weeks ago where I was talking to a woman. It was actually in Live, and we was talking whatever, vibe or whatever, this and that. And I was actually talking about how, men, I don't know why the fuck I was actually talking about this in a club, how men should have dick discipline. I don't know why I was talking about that in the club. And then as soon as I said that, she was like, oh yeah, you got dick discipline? And like hit my fucking shit.
Wow.
And I was like, hold the fuck up. If I would have been like, oh yeah, you got fucking pussy discipline, yeah, what would happen?
She
Every fucking single security in Lib would have dragged my fucking ass out.
She might have been with it though.
What, getting dragged out?
You can't pat the
No.
pussy,
What?
B.
Nah, getting the pussy pat. She might have been with it. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm not saying that to be funny. So
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that there are circles among humanity where this is just how they communicate. Like this is just how they express
Body
themselves,
language.
and there's different norms. And I'm not trying to normalize toxic. I don't want to say toxic
That's a good
masculinity,
point.
but just toxicity, sexual toxicity. I'm not trying to normalize that. But to an extent, we do need to at least appreciate the fact that that this is how humans behave. Like there's just people are there's a lot of people that will respond well. They will respond positively to something like that. So like how many men you feel like would be offended for what she did with you?
Here's the thing.
30%.
I think that most men would actually feel offended by that, but only a fraction of that major percent would actually say something because they're worried about what society.
Oh, that's true.
That's a fact.
What I didn't mean to hit that plus. But what society would actually tell them what they should be ashamed of, what they should have their truth be.
Wow, that was deep.
Yeah, you'll shame a man for being vulnerable and talking about how. Like,
Yeah, number
a
one,
sexual
nobody.
situation
For
didn't.
let me just tell you right now, nobody gives a fuck about men's feelings.
Facts.
Nobody does, and we can get it in that another episode.
You a man, tighten up.
It's true though. I mean, that's what we socialize to do.
So
Not care about each other's
but the
feelings,
thing is,
not care about our own
but
feelings.
here's the thing though, like if we don't give a fuck about men's feelings in society, then we can't at the same time want men to actually express their transgressions. Like we can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways.
So that's all I'm saying about that. Speaking of both ways,
Yo,
well, that was a horrible
What a
segue.
segue.
But anyways, speaking of both ways, real quick before we wrap up, new alert. And I actually want to talk about this subject real quick. So Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott are back together in a relationship, but it's very, very different now, Dimitri. It's actually now an open relationship. How do you gents feel about an open relationship? Do you think it works? Do you think it doesn't work?
you gotta be really mature for that shit.
Okay.
We talking about extremely mature and like self-confident and sexual. If you a nympho, you need sex constantly. That might be your energy. That's probably why you need it to be open, because you might love one person, but your body need to be with everybody. You feel me? Your body.
So are you telling me that you're a hoe?
I'm not speaking for me personally.
Oh, now you're not speaking for yourself. Okay. All right.
Speaking up for the hoes.
Speaking for the hoes. You know what I'm saying?
And hoes, when we mean that, we actually mean men and women.
That part.
Yeah.
Because men can be that part.
Yeah.
Quite hoish.
Women and women too. but
Can you do it, Marvel?
okay.
How do you feel about this?
So I think that a woman expressing their sexual.
I think that caveat was just for Travis, because I don't feel like
What?
she gonna be out there giving the box to everybody just because it's an open relationship. That was more so just, if you see Travis out there, he's in an open relationship, so don't mind him. But Kylie ain't in no damn open relationship.
No, both of them are in an open. No, and Travis is okay with it.
He's okay with it, but it's really for him though.
So as I was trying to
'Cause he's
say,
the only one
so
who
as I
cheated.
was trying to say before,
My bad.
for me, nah. Nah, I can't get down with that, honestly. My woman can't step out.
If you're not wifey, we could be in an open relationship because
Because listen,
it's already
some
open,
would
Ben.
say when it comes to biology, when it comes to nature, that women stepping out is not the same as men stepping out.
That's a fact. Because you got, I could dig a hole, but very wide. A pole gonna stay a pole, but you could dig a hole deeper and wider. And that's a real fucking caveat.
You know, the other scenario, other example is too, is that have you ever heard about the lock and key theory?
No.
So,
Tell him.
here we go, Jordan. He's shaking his head over there. Yeah, there, Jordan. You fine? You cool? So, a key that can unlock any lock is a master key. But a lock that can be opened by any key is a shitty ass lock.
Facts. What are you securing?
Okay. So I feel like that applies in individual people's lives.
Men
like,
and women.
Yeah, men and women, but I don't think that's gonna resonate the same way with everybody.
Especially women. It's like, yeah.
Honestly, like fuck all the bullshit. We are temples. You gotta respect your temple, women.
But
and
wait, here's the thing though.
You're
It's
not
not
created.
Wait, hold on. Would you say?
How you gonna tell me how to respect my temple?
Here's the thing though.
All right, let's talk about
would
it.
you say that women are more temples than men?
Women are definitely more temples than men because women are gods.
Define
that's
No,
my
wait,
opinion.
wait.
That's my opinion.
Okay, that's fine. But
Women are Go ahead.
So just define temple real quick.
The temple is this place that we live in. The seat of the soul. This body that we encumber. This vessel is not us. It's just the temple where your spirit lives. You can go to church right within yourself. So we'll get to that side of the podcast eventually. But the point is, women, you are temples. You are the gods. And if you don't respect yourself as such because you're trying to play the game that the men's do, y'all was not created to spread your seed. Men were created to spread their seed, which is why it's an innate. It's called what? Instincts. It's within us to be out here like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was not made to be out here like that.
and also too, women can only get pregnant by one man, but
That
one
part.
man can impregnate a whole bunch of women.
Facts.
Not saying that it's right, but that's just what it is.
It's just basic geometry, and y'all not getting the math.
So
I'm actually on the other side of this.
All right,
I'm
cool.
gonna speak up for the house. So
For the house.
real talk. I
Yes.
respect women that don't let somebody else define what they are and who they're supposed to be. Like they define their own lanes and they live by that. They live their truth, and I do respect that. I do see that as something that's empowering, and I'm actually attracted to power. So I run to that.
I'm attracted to the power of a disciplined woman. Fuck you out here giving the box to everybody for.
That too.
So so body count does matter to you.
Body count really matters to me because it's about, I ain't sharing my energy with everybody you shared your energy with. My shit is exclusive, inclusive. So I'm very mindful of who and who. You dig?
It's funny because like, even though what I just said, kind of maybe counters what I'm about to say. It's not that I don't care about your body count. I don't want to know.
I don't want to know, but more importantly.
It's irrelevant. No, really don't think about it. No, Dimitri, listen.
It low-key is
It
irrelevant.
really is irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Because
That's
we
what I was
here
about to say.
now.
Like,
We in
how
this
would you know
moment
the
now,
difference?
Moving forward, what's up?
Well,
And
hey, no, whoa.
Well, you could
Hold
know
on
the
now. Yeah,
difference now.
listen.
It's called
Like my nigga.
It's called the clap.
Yeah,
some,
yeah, for
some
real.
don't clap
You know what I'm
because
saying?
they had too much clap.
Hey, like, you know what I say? Like
What I'm
breeze
saying
underneath
is-
there and shit. Should be, you know what I mean?
What I'm saying is,
All
okay,
pussy
so,
is not pussy. So
Yeah.
let's get that right.
So she got a
The P
3-man body
word, really?
count.
The P word, my nigga? Like,
Pussy. Get
can we say
comfortable with it,
vagina?
man.
Can we say
Nah,
vagina?
it's
Can we say
pussy.
box?
It's pussy for me. Oh, box?
Yeah, can we say
Respectfully?
box? Respectfully.
Yeah.
All box ain't the
Let's-
same box.
Yeah, this is,
Why
the P
we-
word. The
let's-
P word, I don't really fuck with the P word.
I fuck with the pussy.
Well, no, I fuck with, okay, first of all, I fuck with pussy too. But the word pussy, that's just me. It's semantics. But
So
like,
why? Let's talk about that.
it's
What's
just
the
like,
issue with the word?
It's just, I don't like, it's
It's
just
verbiages.
like
Wow.
moist. Do you like moist?
I like moist pussy.
Yes, yeah, same here, absolutely. But the word moist, yo, you know what's so funny
I like
about you,
that
bro?
wet,
You know what's so
wet.
funny about you? I'm gonna get in your ass real quick, right, bro? You know what's so funny about him? This whole entire podcast right now, our first episode, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. women gonna be like, oh, I fucking can't stand him. Oh, I kind of love him. Oh, I can't stand him. No, I kind of love him. No, like for real. Like this nigga has been all over the place.
All over. Because you women, I said you are gods. But just because you took
Which
yourself
I don't really
off
believe,
that
but that's
mantle,
fine.
you know what I'm saying? You took yourself off the mantle, but I'm going to still respect you, though. Not all of you. I'm just saying, you understand.
The mantle? What is this man talking about?
The mantle?
The mantle.
They
You
got
talking about the mantle is like what? Like
the mantle. The altar is the mantle. You
of
dig?
them. So they took off. So them being progressive women, that's how they taken them off the mantle.
Once you step
No.
off the
Answer that
mantle.
question. No, Dimitri, answer that question. Them being progressive women, does that mean that they've taken themselves off the altar for being progressive women and not being traditional women?
You're saying progressive, traditional. These all are relative statements.
Okay.
Look at me, and you see me. This is a podcast. Once you take yourself off the mantle, you're not a god no more. You took yourself off your woke state. You don't respect yourself. That don't got nothing to do with my opinion. When you just giving your temple freely and inviting all, it's not about that. Even in church, you got to go through a process. So there should be a process before they can enter this temple. And if you don't allow men to go through that process, you're going to get the wrong people. You're going to get the wrong energy. And whose fault is that? You allowed them into your monastery, into your temple. That's your fault.
Women are the gatekeepers.
They are.
They grant access to sex, and men grant access to relationships.
And to life. I couldn't be here without my mother.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my dad was cool too.
Yeah, but
you couldn't
be here without your father though.
Yeah, he was cool, but my mom though. You feel me? That was
All right,
the
so-
gateway.
So
I
long
don't really
story
get into
short.
that whole thing. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, hey, we are actually the caretakers and actually the holders of the seed. If you really want to get into it,
We very important. You
just
know what I'm saying?
Don't look
Yeah,
over there. I'm
they-
over here, bro. Like,
Okay, so if you take nothing away from this podcast, I just want everybody to know that we're very important.
Men are important.
Thank you.
Women are equally important. It's about that.
well, men and women are not equal. We're just different.
We are different,
Yeah, we're not equal.
but it's the difference.
There you go. Keep going. The yin and the yang.
It's the
Talk about it,
difference.
D.
Okay, it's the difference, and we are equal. In
But
the
when
fact,
I say not equal, I don't mean that they're less than. They're not less than. We're just different.
Facts.
They have
Yeah.
different complementary parts that makes us whole.
and that's the part. That's the point. We cannot without them. It's a yin and a yang. It can't be no darkness without light. It can't be no good without the bad.
Yeah.
It can't be no
True.
men without the women. It's balance.
We need each other.
So to wrap up,
Open
hell
relationships.
no on the open relationships.
But
For me,
hold on.
yeah,
Being
go
in
ahead,
an
go
open
ahead,
relationship
go
don't
ahead.
mean you're a hoe though. Necessarily.
I mean,
It just depends on where you
Really?
are in your
Really?
life. But I'm good.
So
I'm good off that.
okay, so she could hypothetically be dealing with one other person.
I'm rolling.
So
She could be with another bitch.
So I have a question.
And me. Not no other nigga.
I have a question. So
Fuck out of
would you? Yo, dude, are you all right, dog?
I mean, I'm flowing, baby.
Would you be in an open relationship depending on the stipulations, or you're just like a hard no overall?
As I said, it depends on the situation. And
Okay,
where I'm at in
let's
my
talk about
life.
the situation then.
The
Let's
situation is
one
like
one person outside of the relationship. That's it. Would you be down?
if it's another woman, definitely.
If
I
it's
would be
another
okay.
man?
No,
Okay. So
You can eat
your
another-
woman. So your woman cannot be with another man.
no. She can
Okay.
eat some box outside on the outside, and it would be a open conversation, communication. I would have to meet this girl. You know what I'm saying? Make sure she ain't a dirty.
that's not really an open relationship.
That's not right.
It's not really open.
Sounds like a dictatorship to me, sir.
It's not a
Yeah.
dictatorship, obviously, but you could be with a woman. But I'm quite sure if I even chose you, that your choices would be just as, like you would be on my same wavelength. So I'm sure you would choose somebody that I would approve of. I mean, just be respectable to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just you wouldn't be with a dirty bitch. I wouldn't be with a dirty bitch. So just make sure you pick
Respectfully.
respectfully, of course,
You, sir. And after that, we're gonna wrap up.
that part.
I could. I guess I could imagine it. It's never something that I was like aspiring
Ain't
for
no
or
nigga
anything like that.
thraxing my shit. You heard?
But I know myself, and I'm just a very open-minded person, and I'm very flexible. I'm not fluid. I'm flexible though. So
I'm straight.
So I could see myself entertaining it, trying it out. Like we're a universe of things. Humans are a universe of things, and you have no idea how many, what types of stuff that you might be able to adapt to that you just never imagined.
To another nigga plowing your shit, fam?
Wait.
I mean plowing your.
No, we're not plowing. Well, pause, my nigga.
Pause, big pause.
For real.
Not your shit.
Yeah, not
but
his shit, but his
your
shit.
You
not
feel
his
me?
shit, but you know what I mean.
You
No,
do.
It's her shit, actually.
Yeah,
It's her shit.
Yeah. Which is your shit?
It is her shit.
Which
but
is
it's
your shit?
See,
It's where you. It's your place that you nestle.
See,
in. I like the nestle up
This is
into my
masculinity
shit.
right
You
here.
feel me?
This is masculinity right
Yeah.
here.
All right, let it be.
But I think that's entitlement. I don't feel entitlement.
I feel
Got
entitled
you.
to this.
Okay,
box.
so look, let me just talk about my.
That's mine.
I guess my answer before we wrap up. It is a hell no, but if I would be open to it, it would be one other person outside. And if it is a man, to be very honest, no kissing.
See, that's a
Hold on,
dictatorship.
no kissing, and you can't give head.
I dead ass told a bitch that one time, son. When I sent
No,
her
for
on
real,
her
you
way
can't
on
give
some
head.
pimp shit. Yo,
Yeah,
go get
you
that
can
bag.
you
but
get
you cannot
thrusted.
get
You
no
know what I
head.
mean?
I
all
need a
that shit,
condom
you know what I
on,
mean?
So it's not
no
really a
head,
hell no
no
then?
kissing.
Huh?
So it's not really
It's
a
a hell no
then?
initially, but if we actually talk about it, it's like,
Basically, you saying she could go get some one night stands. Because if you
so here,
having
so
a
wait,
relationship,
here's
you
the
definitely
flip. Wait, hold
kissing.
on. Here's the flip side about me.
He said it wasn't no.
The flip side, I know I'm very confusing. It is what it is. You fucking know me, dog. It is what it is. All right. The flip side of it is for me is that what I don't know won't hurt me.
Okay.
So listen, at the end of
Do
the day,
you, but don't tell me shit.
but listen, at the end of the day, no matter what, doesn't matter what it is, what type of situation, alpha, beta, whatever the fuck it is, feminism, whatever the fuck it is, people are going to do whatever the fuck they're going to do regardless.
Facts. It's a trust thing.
So guess what?
Do you trust me?
If you are going to do your thing, you're going to do it anyway. So why
Can
am
I
I gonna
trust
fucking
you?
bust my head over that shit, dog?
True.
I might as well bust my other head.
Facts. Bust your head on focusing on the bag, because focusing on these women, okay?
Oh yeah,
You will
definitely.
go
Number one, it's all
crazy,
about
son.
your purpose and you. At the end of the day, women come third all
That
day.
part. Third.
Which can be another subject on another topic, by the
come
way,
first
on
for me,
another
though.
podcast.
You see this?
So-
Y'all come first.
I agree with that though.
Yeah.
Your purpose
So-
come first.
This was interesting, and this
Said
is
the
actually pretty good.
womanizer.
Dimitri, you are only limited to one drink.
I did only have one drink.
Okay, so you're limited,
Limited
to no drinks.
limited to water.
Nah, son. We need a little sippy sip on the tippy tip.
I'm fucking with you,
I
D.
won't get high prior. That's what-
Yeah, no, none of y'all niggas can get high after this shit. Honestly,
But we got wine though, right?
we can get one.
You. So Marvel he's a wine guy. All right, he doesn't want
First
to
of
say
all,
it on
you
the
don't know
podcast,
me.
but Marvel is
You
a
don't
wine
know
guy.
me. How do you know what I
He's
like?
speaking for the next man.
Yeah, for real.
Marvel's
Like,
a
what?
wine guy.
Why? Marvel's a wine guy.
Marvel is definitely a wine guy. So
Yo, this dude always loves to speak for me for
Right?
every single time, dog. For
Somebody's
real.
gotta speak
Oh,
up
and
for
by the
you.
way, too, dog,
Somebody-
I changed that bullshit that you did with that fucking email, by the way.
yeah, what?
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about?
After the pod.
Custom,
After the pod.
custom.
After the
After
pod.
the pod, right?
And this is
Postpartum?
water, by the way,
Postpartum?
everybody. This is
All right. Anything else? Anything else before you wrap up? This was good. This was a good first
vibes.
episode.
Vibe.
This was vibes, definitely.
definitely vibes.
Honestly, if you guys gonna be high, I need to be high too.
Maybe you do, bro.
Yeah, but this pod would never happen if we get high.
Yeah, because you like.
I will pass
put shit
out right. Remember, I
together.
live here. This is my place. I'll go right to my fucking bed.
And I just want to give a shout out to Marvel one time for, you feel me, orchestrating this whole situation, because at the end of the day, it takes one. It takes a dream. It takes a collective. You know, we couldn't do this without each other. And gentlemen, gents, I fuck with y'all.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you,
Appreciate you.
man. Trey, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to episode 2.
Yeah.
It's-
Hopefully you don't fucking
gonna be
disappear
interesting.
for the week and shit, so we can actually talk about episode 2.
Well, it happens sometimes.
I know it does.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we got to go to clandestine
That's
locations
fine. That's cool.
on short notice.
All right, let's ride out.
We out of here.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Really Cool Gents podcast. Until next time, peace.
Stay cool.